Your season starts now. Before this week's game, make sure to install your game plan. Start the regular season by selecting your season goal. Meeting your season goal gives high rewards, but does come. Before we go any further, make sure to install your game plan for your upcoming matchup. Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into...
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Eluding the pressure right. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on to it second down. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Lamar Miller went to Houston to be the lead running back, the featured guy, but still, I think Coach Bill O'Brien might have felt he overused him a little bit in the season. His touches were way up.
Yeah, he was on pace for over 400, a lot of bumps and bruises, maybe on a little bit of a pitch count here in the early going.
Could also be the reason he's...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Aaron Colvin, and they're going to set up shot. And now out comes Houston. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them...
And getting our first update now from Nashville. And it's the Titans who are off to the early lead in that ball game. DeMarco Murray, a first-quarter touchdown there for the Houston Texans as they make their way onto the field. Another season for them that begins with a lot of optimism. They're coming off a second straight AFC South title, finishing 9-7, 3 straight years. Will Fuller, nobody there to stop him. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, 75 yards. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get into the end zone?
Reminder that later tonight we'll see the Giants and Cowboys battle in Dallas. Seems like they're always playing in week 1. And then on Monday night, a doubleheader. Adrian Peterson, his first game with the Saints. He's already back in Minnesota to play the Vikings. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. It's their quarterback making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Texans are in for 6.
Partner, wasn't that long ago that...
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll bring up second down. Back to throw. Forced out to his left. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Normally when I talk about DeAndre Hopkins, I'm talking about accomplishments. In this case, I'm remembering that he lost nearly 600 yards in receiving from 2015. He had less than 1,000 last year.
Yeah, and his touchdowns dropped from 11 to 4, so now he's hoping for more consistent quarterback play. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Flush to his right. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. They were trying to get the connection with a former Buckeye, Braxton Miller. And now it's second down.
My good friend, I'm just going to pose the question to you. Did that look like a pass that he should have thrown?
Now, the rookie probably needs to be a little bit more careful in these situations.
Yeah, that throw will turn him into a veteran quicker, but not in the way that he wants. He wants to learn his lessons by making good throws, not throws like that.
And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, he'll force the incompletion.
Well, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And a loss of 3 to bring up. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. A reminder coming up at this and every halftime this season, we'll be checking in with Larry Ridley in Orlando for highlights and analysis of our first half.
LR, that's my man.
That's your guy. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. The 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Going deep for Hopkins. And this is caught inside the 5. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. Texans coming up on 1st and goal. Remember, last year they struggled to rush the ball in the end zone. Only 8 touchdowns on the ground. 2nd fewest in the league. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. It's their quarterback, now with his 3rd touchdown in his first ever NFL game. And the Texans will extend their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't...
Scoreboard, 2nd quarter in Nashville. And the Titans dominant. They have added to their totals in that one. Marcus Mariota with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They go play action here on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. They find some open field here. And the ball is knocked out. And the Jags grab it. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Malik Jackson continuing to fight downfield. The big tackle gets him for a loss of 11.
Let's go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. Going deep for Hopkins. And this is caught inside the 5. A huge play there for Houston. 51 yards.
Defending a deep route, even when it's thrown on time, is very difficult. But when he's able to maneuver outside of the pocket, that's almost unfair. He's bought extra time. His offensive line has protected him. And now when the ball's in the air, the guy downfield has a chance to make a better adjustment. That's just wrong on every level as far as the defender is concerned.
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and make sure he spills it for a small gain.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's 3rd down. They come out here in the eye. It's a quarterback sneak, and he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. It's their quarterback taking it in, and the Texans will add on to their lead. And now out comes Houston. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Going deep for Hopkins. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. Pretty lucky to get the football back. Had his target out there waving the arms, saying I'm open, but maybe didn't see him quick enough.
And I know the jokes are always about defensive backs' hands.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. Now the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
And ready now for 2nd and 9. They'll They'll toss it to Miller. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down at the 24-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. On play action, they'll throw. Rolling to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep lefts and intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the way? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Yannick Ngakoue in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Back to throw here. Buying time to his left. Caught left side, Hopkins. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
He'll drop to throw, eluding the pressure right. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Yannick Ngakoue. And now out comes Houston. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Steps away to his left. Trying to drop one in, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
So many qualities coaches tick off when they talk about, hey, what is it going to take to make an excellent quarterback? Accuracy has to rank near the top of every list.
Talk about arm strength, that's great. Mobility, great. But now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Barry Church. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And they've kind of got a situation here. Still 3 timeouts defensively, so maybe you try to run a play.
And if you do it as safe as possible.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And the return this time will go out to the 42. They are in the 4th and Buffalo. And the Bills have now opened up a 2-touchdown lead. Tyrod Taylor, 3 touchdown passes to help lead.
Don't forget, work on installing your game plan prior to this week's matchup.
Guys, last time we were out here, coaching staff didn't like what we saw. You all know it wasn't good enough. So let's make up for that today.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. All right, here we go. Blue 90. All right, here we go. Green 3.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. When it came to the quarterback
From the back, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium.
Hurry up, here we go. Green.
Now a play fake here on first down. And his first pass is incomplete. And this is a guy straight out of college. They're not going to try to groom for a year or two. They want him to produce right away.
That's why they took him in the first round. They expect him to be a starter right away and a future All-Pro. So they don't have any time to wait for him to come along. They want him to play right now to help this team.
Really, it's a solid draft class from a year ago. And that's caught inside the 30. A big-time play there for the Texans. And even 50 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Vincent Ray coming hard from that linebacker spot. He drops him for a loss of 11. They'll look to throw here. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And this is caught inside the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Well, they just treated third and long as simply an opportunity to make an even bigger play. Normally, you're just trying to pick up the first down, and you know where the sticks are. They took this thing way downfield. Confidence in the receivers to go up and make a play, even with defenders around them.
Well, they've been practicing goal line offense all week. Let's see if they're able to capitalize here. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
He'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tucker roll that they can fall back on anymore.
They're going to look to throw. And he's got it. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Lamar Miller, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Texans take it all. And now out comes Houston. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game.
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Carlos Dunlap in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Looking to throw. Going deep for Hopkins. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and pressure advantage.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead of... And now out comes Houston. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. They'll set up a throw. Being chased out left. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
And incomplete here on third down. And now out comes Houston. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so it's caught inside the 25. A huge play there for Houston. 52 yards.
Let's face it, it's tough to defend guys just in regular time. But when they get extra time, when the guy maneuvers outside of the pocket, that's just almost unfair because now trying to stay with the receiver, very, very difficult to do, and a big play is often the result.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in and picks up the first down.
They'll set up to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. The ball comes out, and he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller. And now out comes Houston. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Carlos Dunlap in there to get him for his second sack of the night.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And he's going to go down again. Carlos Dunlap bringing the pressure again, and that is his third sack here tonight.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Now back to throw. Now he's flushed out left. Now he's going to let it throw it across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by George Iloka. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And he powers his way up past the 30. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's second down.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
They'll run with Miller, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Wasn't able to get anything, no gain. Fumbled once already. Maybe he's being a little careful. Not necessarily on that play, but I'm sure that's in his mind somewhere.
Oh, without a doubt, because protecting the football is job one for anyone who's carrying it. And that's exactly what he tried to do on that play, but it didn't gain him any yardage.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
He'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. Going deep for Hopkins. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. They'll drop to throw. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Going deep for Hopkins. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect. Well, he's been the guy. Already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
In fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by George Iloka. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So they lost yardage. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half.
It's caught inside the 25. A big-time play there for the Texans. 53 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there. Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
Let's go!
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys... The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And 3 interceptions in this game. I would have to think, I suppose, on the quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Oh, yes, this is what the good ones do. He used his legs to buy a little bit more time rolling to his left, and at one point, he flipped the switch from passer to runner, and he got a pretty good gain out of it.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmaker.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Carlos Dunlap in there again. My goodness, that is now his 4th sack tonight.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
The Texans on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 19. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. And now out comes Houston. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there. The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick. The interception was... And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where...